Well, good morning, folks. It's time to go out and feed the dogs and sheep and start taking care of things around the farm. But it's been raining good part of the night. Uh, Still raining. Front's supposed to be coming through another hour or two. We'll probably go out then and start feeding. In the meantime, I'm standing here on the back porch. I'll sweep around with the camera and give you a look at the parts of the farm near the house here. Everything's pretty soggy and there's lots of standing and flowing water. Looking east, past the pole barn, is the ram pen. You can't see them now. They're all sitting in their shed with Thor, their guardian dog. I'll be feeding them later. The light brown metal building behind the tree is our hay barn, and continuing on, looking north, are a couple of Bahia grass pastures. That is a summer grass and is dormant now. These dormant pastures are often overseeded with ryegrass, but we also needed some sacrifice fields to let sheep out onto while seeded grasses were emerging and grow enough for grazing. To look at it now, it's hard to appreciate that there was no significant rain from mid-July until the end of September, and even then it took some time to get the soil moisture back up. I wasn't able to start planting until mid-November. In the foreground are some muscadine grapevines and some blueberry bushes. Beyond them are the lambs that were born in September of 2023. That puts them at about 4 to 5 months old now. We've sold 58 of the older, heavier lambs. There are 96 lambs remaining, and we'll sell them over the next month or two. Typically, we try to sell them in the 60 to 80 pound weight range. Some buyers like the smaller lambs, some don't care. We usually try to sell them on the heavier side if we can find the buyers. Beyond the lambs, there are holding pens. You can see 2 of the hay feeders. The green fields beyond the holding pens were planted in mid-November with a mixture of nitro radish, Patagonia hairy vetch, and Cossack black oats. They've been grazed a couple times already. I'm waiting for them to grow back enough to put the lambs out there for a few hours each day. I'll go over there later and show you how that forage is doing. Past the blueberry bushes is what we call the chick barn, and behind that is the arch barn. The chick barn is where we have one of our sheep handling facilities. The arch barn is our equipment barn, lots of stuff in there. Then the road splits off and heads out west to the rest of the farm. Looking toward the south, there are a few live oak trees. I planted those from acorns I collected in 1985. Walking to the south side of the porch, I've got a hanging bird feeder that attracts cardinals, blue jays, and the occasional woodpecker. The birds would come to bowls of food I had out for the cats and make a mess, so I set up a feeder for the birds and put out dry cat food for them each morning. And now looking east again, there is a patch of bamboo and the edge of Joy's flower garden. I'm building an extension off the porch that will be a solarium for Joy's orchids. For now, I have some plastic sheeting up, but it's amazing how much this heats up on sunny days. These are some of Joy's orchids. That's enough for a tour right now. Let's go out and feed some sheep. Here is Brunei and his lambs. He wears the triangle because he was escaping under the fence in various spots. The objective is to feed sheep on forage year-round, but that is easier said than done. We lamb in September so that the lambs can be marketed this time of year when the sale prices are highest. However, that is also the time of year when high-quality grazing forage is hardest to come by. To grow well, lambs need something like a 20% protein diet. Hay grown and harvested well around here is typically in the 8 to 10% protein range. but there is a lot of hay that is not grown or harvested well. All right, we're through the gate. I'm gonna get Brunei his food first, and then sweep out the troughs, and then we'll try to pour the feed into the troughs. And Brunei didn't eat much of his food from last night. Oh my goodness. All right, Brunei need to eat more. I'm not surprised, I guess. He's not a big chow hound, so I put it on this tray and leave it here and try to avoid having the ants get at it. We'll put that up and get that afterwards. Okay, we're back. There's Brunei, and I got most of the bag poured out, so I just need to get the rest of this out. Oh, watch out, Brunei. Oh. The sheep are happy to see it. Okay. Again, this is not the most desirable situation, having to feed sheep supplemental grain. Much prefer feeding them forage. Also undesirable is feeding the lambs on this wet, mucky ground. In the next day or so, I will move these troughs over by the hay barn and let this ground recover. All right, that's the ram pen over there. And not too far away, we've got the hay barn. And earlier in the season, this was completely full of hay. Hay all the way out to the front here. Some of this hay we bought a couple of years ago. It's all been stored here. It's still in adequate condition. These few bales, we had more, but this is better stuff. We rolled that ourselves, and this year we're saving that for the ewe flock that has some lambs right now. And over here we have a few square bales left. We made square bale hay as well. This is our big flatbed trailer we use to haul hay and other things and feed. And back here, we've got the hay feeder that I made. Either put square bales in here, or what I'm doing now is, since we have a few hay square bales left, I'm forking. I'm forking hay in from that round bale into here, and so that this just push this down. And the lambs that are over on the other side come over here and they eat this. We can go through this gate here And I'll show you the other side. Lambs aren't over here right now. They're still over there. Let's see if we can. They're still over there. There's Brunei walking around. So they haven't come back over here. They're going after those big piles of hay that I put out there when we had that freezing weather, giving them a little bit more shelter. So it's the front of the business end of the hay feeder. Lambs come up and eat the hay. And this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching Longleaf Sheep.